welcome back to another episode of the Dynamics Compass podcast, where insights from experts will help Dynamics partners and users navigate their way through the rapidly evolving ecosystem. And today we're joined by Marcus Schmidt from Microsoft. As a principal program manager at Microsoft, Marcus is part of the team that is building applications in Dynamics 365 that enhance customer service and customer care across various industries and platforms. He has expertise in unified communications as a service, contact center as a service, and customer relationship management. He lives in Kansas City, Missouri, with his wife, enjoys Kansas City sports, food, and spending time with family and friends. And Marcus, I'm very grateful that you're here today.
Rory, it's great to be with you. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about a topic that has come up in many conversations that I've had, but not many people have answers. And yeah, we're really hoping to get some today, because we're going to be talking about return on investment for Copilot. So I'll just start straight away. There have been comments that we've gotten from the market. Efficiency of our workforce is great and all, but how is working with Copilot affecting my bottom line?
Yeah, it's a question we get all the time as well. Like, okay, tell me the results I can expect, or tell me the results that other customers are seeing. And actually, the place we started this whole journey is when we implemented Copilot in Dynamics 365 customer service. The place we turned to first to prove all this out was our own customer support organization. Microsoft has a support organization of tens of thousands of agents all across the world. We support a very wide-ranging set of products, as you can imagine, everything from Xbox to Azure and Dynamics, the product that I work on. We get millions of calls and millions of chats and millions of emails every year. And so we took Copilot and we made it available to our agents. Actually rolled it out to all tens of thousands of agents. And then we started looking at the results that we got out of that deployment. And I'm going to look at my notes over here just so I get the numbers correctly. We increased the number of cases and chats managed by agents by anywhere from 9 to 12%. It changed based on the business unit. Like some business units, you can increase the volume a little higher and a little lower. Mm-hmm. And so what that means from a bottom line and ROI perspective is that now you can serve more customers with the same number of people in your contact center, right? You don't have to increase staffing. Yeah. So it's not necessarily, I don't get into this question in a bit, but you can basically do more with the same amount of people. Serve more customers. We also saw average handle time decrease by 12 to 16%. So now you're able to solve customer problems faster, which means, again, you can solve more problems and customers are happier because no one likes to wait around for an answer. Yeah. And the other thing that I thought was really interesting is we decreased the number of times that a junior agent had to go talk to a senior agent to get help, and we decreased that by about 13%. So that means that these less seasoned agents can come up to speed faster and do their job better. So it's hard to put a specific dollar amount to those necessarily, but you can definitely see the impact in terms of a business seeing the benefits of putting Copilot into their organization.
Yeah. Okay. And what are some of the key things then to measure as a organization looking at Copilot?
I think one of the big ones is that AHT, average handle time metric, right? How long does it take to handle a given conversation or a given case? We saw another customer, Lenovo, the people that make the laptops and things you probably use. They saw their average handle time decrease by 20% as they rolled out Copilot. So they saw actually better than we saw internally at Microsoft. They saw better improvements on their side. So I would say that's the first one, is keep tabs on average handle time and the impact on how long that takes. Yeah. Things like just case summarization and conversation summarization will help that significantly. But the other one that I tend to look at is the resolution rate by self-service systems, like the customer-facing Copilots. Yeah. And then how many of those were resolved without ever talking to a real-life human? And then what was the escalation rate if they needed to talk to a real-life human? So there's sort of resolution by Copilot in a self-service mode, and then escalation to a live agent. And looking at both of those numbers is a key one as well. Obviously, customer satisfaction, you're going to want to keep tabs on customer satisfaction and see that hopefully satisfaction is going up. Yeah. What you don't want to do is over-automate and then see that customer satisfaction, maybe you've driven average handle time way down, but customer satisfaction is also going down because customers aren't necessarily feeling they're getting personalized service. So it's important to look at all the metrics, all the KPIs kind of simultaneously.
Yeah. So does a Copilot get their independent customer satisfaction or their NPS, and that they outperform the actual humans?
It's a good question. So you could end an automated conversation with a rating. Like we've all experienced this. Like when you call someone in, or when you call into an organization where you're chatting, and they say, "Well, would you hold for a survey at the end?" Or at the end of a chat, would like up pops. Yeah. So you could have that same survey pop up at the end of an automated self-service session to rate the Copilot that's customer facing, or you can have it pop up at the end of a live agent interaction, or both. And you can construct the survey probably a little bit more intricately and ask, well, what did you feel about the self-service experience? How did you feel about the agent-assisted experience? And try to get some calibration of the customer satisfaction impact. So self-service side as well as the live human agent assist side.
That could make some people uncomfortable.
It could. And the joke about those surveys is no one ever fills out a survey if they're happy. They always tend to fill out surveys if they're unhappy. So the surveys tend to skew maybe a little negative, but that's why you could probably field some other independent surveys and try to calibrate it and validate it.
Yeah. That's a good point. Another one that has come up, not by everyone, but people are wondering this, especially from management. Will I be able to reduce my team size after introducing Copilot?
Yeah, I think the answer to that is, unfortunately, it depends, right? It depends on the goals of your business organization. I personally don't feel like that's the thing that we should be focused on, is trying to drive down headcount, right? And trying to, reduce size. I think it's more about how do you make the people you have more efficient, more effective, and even actually take some of the drudgery and the monotony out of their work. I mean, think about the life of an agent. A lot of times they have to spend a lot of time summarizing case notes or summarizing conversation notes and putting it into that system, or retrieving data from that system and putting it into this system. They spend a lot of time doing work that isn't very customer oriented and customer facing. It's more like internal, like work that they need to do just to maintain all the different systems they have in place.
Yeah.
So as Copilot steps in and helps assist that agent doing their job, it should help those people actually have a more enjoyable experience in the work that they do. So kind of like what I was saying before about the impacts we've seen in our organization, it helps the same number of agents actually do more and serve more customers and serve them more quickly. So I don't really think it's about reducing staff. It's more about how do you make the team you have that much more efficient and effective.
Yeah, fair enough. I had a similar question, but Microsoft I don't know if everyone's watched this and followed this, but on Microsoft Build, Microsoft did introduce AI agents. I forgot what it's called, a Copilot agent that's able to do a lot more, and they'll do decision making themselves already. How about that? Will that impact staff sizes?
It could. I think this is going to be an interesting trend to watch. Plus, it makes it really complicated to talk about it, because you have to talk about a human agent, you're talking about an AI agent. There's a lot of agents floating around, but basically, I think it's going to be part of the long-term future that we're going to see, where Copilots aren't just there to chat with. They're not just there to assist you only when you ask, but you can actually have them do things on your behalf. So I think you're going to evolve into this point of seeing agents, human agents, in essence, become almost like supervisors of AI agents, where they will say, okay, I need an AI agent that does this, this, and this, that helps me do my job. It goes out and does those things, and I don't have to do any sort of manual work to make it happen. And that's all triggered by some event, right? It's all going to be, customer triggers the event or the agent triggers the event, but then the AI agent goes off and does what it needs to do. I mean, simple examples are things like order fulfillment, right? If I'm an agent and I'm having a discussion with you as my customer, and you talk about some issue and I need to send you replacement products, I can just tell the Copilot agent to go do that on my behalf, and I don't have to worry about going over to some order entry system and keying a bunch of stuff in and making sure that it all gets shipped properly. Let the agent do all that work. Let the AI agent do all that work, as opposed to me as the human agent.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, well, those were the questions for today. Thanks so much for all your insight, Marcus.
You're very welcome. Hope to join you again on another episode soon.
Yeah, so do I. Thanks so much for all your insights.
No worries.
All right, bye.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching this episode on the Dynamics Compass podcast. We decided to launch this podcast after having spoken to a lot of people in the community who seem to be looking for answers to the same questions. So then why don't we find experts in the market that have the answers, interview them, and then release that information for free to help everyone progress their Microsoft Dynamics journey. So we hope that you found this video very informative and helpful for you to continue your journey and keep moving forward. If you would like to hear about any other topics, please write to me on LinkedIn, email me, rory@thegoodtalent.co, and we'd be happy to have a look. We'll look for the experts that have the answers. We'll interview them, and it will be freely available to you. Again, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support as well, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.